Have you ever tried to get in touch with somebody, but had trouble getting a meeting or shoot, even getting a response? If that's the case, which if I'm being honest, that happens to everybody, a book can help you build your network quicker and with higher level people. And so I'm going to be very, very practical in this. Some of my videos, I just kind of give high level examples and I talk about different things. In this video, I want to give you a very, very clear process of how you can use your book to grow your network and connect with very high level people. Now let's break it down. Okay. When I was first getting into the space of trying to become a speaker, when I was trying to meet people, I would just try to connect. I'd send outreach and hope that they would respond. But the minute I had a book and I started using that book, it started to open more doors. I started getting more responses. I started getting people more interested. I started getting people seeing me as someone to be taken seriously versus just another random stranger on the internet. But the truth is that there are so many people out there who get tons and tons of emails that you have to figure out a way to stand out. And here is the practical video of how we can use the book to stand out and make sure that your shit is seen. All right. Now, here's how we're going to do this. Most of the time when you're trying to reach out to people that are at an incredibly high level, okay, is they don't even do their own emails. And so if you're reaching out to someone, maybe the assistant's blocking you. Maybe there's a gatekeeper. Maybe there's a sequence of automations. Maybe there just is no response and you've emailed 3 or 4 times. Well, what you do next is you want to get in touch with the assistant, or you want to go on the website and you want to find the address, the working address, or whatever address you can find that is related to the person that you want to reach out to. Now, I'm not going to go into a ton of softwares on this. I want to give you the simple steps here. So you're going to get the address. Now, a lot of the ways that I do this personally is I'll reach out to the assistant and say, hey, I want to give a copy of my brand new book to XYZ. I really appreciate what they do. I love their podcast, whatever. Insert whatever the connection is. And I would love to send them a copy of my book. I'd love to gift them a copy of my book. What's going to happen is now you're going to get an address. And that address is going to be oftentimes it's the person's personal address. Are you kidding me? You went from not being able to get a response to now being able to have that person's personal address. Now, let me make a very big disclaimer here. Don't be a creep. Don't get that address and do something too creepy. Be persistent. Okay, but don't be a creep. I'm just going to put that out there, all right? But now that you have the address, what you're going to do is you're going to actually send them a physical gift. All right? Now let's think about this. And I've asked thousands and thousands of people about this over time on my social medias and in person and speaking at events. When you get a package, whether it's from Amazon or Nike or your favorite store, and it delivers, do you get that package or do you just leave it there and wait months and months and months? No. Most people, they get a notification that says there's a package waiting for them. They go get their package. It's an amazing surprise. They're super excited about it. And they're like, let's freaking go. And you're excited to open it. Everybody loves getting presents on Hanukkah and Christmas and your birthday. This is no different. Okay. This is no different. Sometimes it's even better because it's unexpected. And an unexpected gift piques people's interest. So now you get the address and you're going to send them a gift. Now, here's what the gift is going to be. The way that I like to do it is I will send a book. Sometimes I will use a custom box and make it all nice. And other times I'll just use a individual mailer. I will put my book in there. I will sign the book with a handwritten note on the inside flap of the cover. What I will do next is where you're going to separate yourself from everybody else. You are going to write them a handwritten note. I use a foldable 3x5 index card with my logo, and I write a handwritten note. Guess what? Most of the time, this note is very similar to the email that I wish they would have responded to in the first place. But this note often does a few things. One, it introduces yourself to them. Two, it tells them why you appreciate them, how you know them, or you're giving them some form of compliment. 3 is you're making an incredibly easy and quick ask so that they have a reason to reach back out to you. And then you are leaving your contact information. Okay, because here's what happens. Once you give this gift, this person then goes outside, they pick it up, they're like, oh shit, this is sweet. They open it up, it's a book. Inside that book, it's signed. Inside that, it's signed. Okay, inside that, there's the handwritten note. All right, now the way things are is what were we taught from a very young age. When someone gives you a gift, what do? You say thank you. Well, most people will want to say thank you for giving them a gift. Well, if they don't have a way to contact you, because you didn't want to be too much, there's no way that they can reciprocate on that. So you have to make sure you leave your contact info, because they will then either message you, email you, or sometimes even call you back. Hey, I just got your book. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Boom. Now, once that happens and you get that response, because people often say thank you for receiving gifts. Okay. And once they do, once they give you that response, now you are in the door and you have the opportunity to build that relationship. So much of building a relationship and building your network is about getting in the door. Once you're in the door, there are ways that you can there are ways that you can further enhance that relationship through follow-up, asking positive questions, being a great listener, connecting the dots, adding value, and all these things. But this book can literally, you do this, you're going to get in touch with some really high-level people. You're going to get booked on some really great podcasts. You're going to build relationships with people that you've been waiting to get in touch with for years. Okay? People love gifts. You now have a gift. Connect the dots. That's an incredible, incredible way to build and get in touch with high-level people that you want to be partners with, do business with, get to know, or whatever it is that is your ultimate intention and objective of having this person in your network. Now, let me give you a couple other ways that you can use your book to build your network. One, you can use your book to build relationships in your community. Ask the local news station. Let them know, hey, I just released my new book. I'd love to get a story out there. It's about helping the community do X, Y, Z. That's a really great thing. Give your books to the library or to a school. Okay, depending on the type of book that you have, host an in-person event. Team up with a restaurant, and you can use your book to get you in the door. It's an incredible, incredible way to build more relationships. For example, what I've done, and I live in the LA area, what I've done is I've used my book as a way to connect with other entrepreneurs of CPG companies. So that when I did my book launch, I was able to have a bunch of people sponsor my event through a bunch of products, and vice versa. When they do different things, I can bring my books and give them away to high-performing individuals, depending on the topic of my book and the event that they're doing. All right. The other thing that you can really do to use your book to build your network is build cross-industry relationships. So oftentimes what I see is someone writes a book in, let's just say, personal finance. Okay, great. They write a book in personal finance. Amazing. But once you start getting your finances in, maybe you need an accountant. You're not competing for business as a personal finance person with the other accountants. So you want to build relationships and be like, hey, I have a book that could be really valuable for your clients, and you can connect the dots that way. And now you can have cross-industry relationships, right? There's a reason if you go to a gym, there's going to be drinks, shakes, juices, okay? Within those, there's competitors, but a shake and a green juice aren't necessarily competitors, but they have the same audience. And that's what you're going to do. So you can tell somebody that's in a similar but different industry, hey, I just wrote the book on this. We can partner. We can collab. We can refer. Hey, for every client you sign here, give them a copy of my book for free. They're now going to promote you to your ideal audience for you. All right, leads to referrals, word of mouth. It's a great thing. And the last thing I'm going to mention here, just because I want to get this thing fired up for you, is having a book gets you in the door. You can give your book to people who have podcasts you want to be on. You can give your book to people who you want to be on your podcast so they know that you're legit. You can give your book to events. You can give your book to swag bags at events. You can give them to the VIP members. There are so many ways to use your book to get in the door with people you want to get in touch with, and these are just a few. But I hope that the beginning of this video you found incredibly practical and that you can apply it right away.